I spent decades dreaming about retirement. Lazy mornings, quiet afternoons, no more meetings or deadlines. But when it finally came, felt lost. It was supposed to be the reward. Instead, it felt like an identity crisis. Over time, though, I learned a few harsh but healing truths that completely reshaped my life. And today I want to share 8 of them with you. Not to scare you, but to save you. 1. Your job wasn't just a job. It was a distraction from yourself. For over 30 years, I introduced myself as a manager, a teacher, a doctor, never as simply me. When that role disappeared, so did my sense of self. I realized I had been hiding behind busyness. Retirement forced me to sit with myself, and at first, I didn't like what I found. But slowly I started journaling, took long walks. I even went to a retreat just to listen. And for the first time in decades, I began hearing my own voice. The lesson: your job gave you structure, but it may have also silenced your soul. Now's the time to listen to it again. Freedom without purpose feels like emptiness. I thought having nothing on my calendar would feel like heaven. Didn't. After a few weeks of sleeping in and watching TV, I felt hollow. My friend Harold, a retired firefighter, said it best. Retirement isn't about doing nothing. It's about doing something that matters. On your terms. Now I volunteer twice a week at a local food bank. I tutor kids in reading. I don't get paid, but I've never felt richer. The lesson: purpose doesn't retire when you do. You have to find it or make it. 3. Friendships fade unless you fight for them. During my working years, I always had people around. Co-workers, lunch meetings, casual banter. But once I retired, the phone stopped ringing. I assumed old friends would reach out. They didn't. Not out of malice, just life. I reconnected with Joe, a friend from university. We now grab coffee once a week. But that only happened because I picked up the phone first. The truth: friendship after retirement isn't automatic. You have to pursue it. Call the old friend. Join the walking group. Be the one who initiates. Loneliness is sneaky, but connection is medicine. 4. Your partner may not recognize the new you. After I retired, my wife said something that stopped me cold. You're home all the time, but I don't think you're really here. Turns out, I had brought my restless energy home with me. Hovering, fixing, pacing around. Took hard conversations, a bit of therapy, and a lot of humility to reset our rhythm. Marriage changes when you retire. You see each other more, but that doesn't always mean better. The lesson: retirement can test a relationship, but also heal it if you're willing to learn how to be present. 5. You can be surrounded by people and still feel invisible. I attended my granddaughter's birthday party last year. I smiled, I held the baby, I made small talk. But I felt like wallpaper. Not because anyone was rude, but because no one asked, "How are you doing?" And I realized I had started fading into the background. But invisibility is a choice. So I spoke up. I told my daughter about my writing, my photography. I started sharing more, who I was, not just who I had been. Now my grandkids know Grandpa takes photos, not just Grandpa sits on the porch. The lesson: you don't disappear after retirement, unless you stop showing up as yourself. 6. Your health is no longer a background issue. It's the main event. I ignored the signs for too long. Back pain, fatigue, shortness of breath. I'm just getting older, I told myself. But after a scare that landed me in the hospital, I got serious. Daily walks, eating clean, regular checkups, prioritizing sleep. The lesson: your health isn't just about avoiding death. It's about creating a life worth waking up to. Make it a priority. You can't enjoy freedom if you don't feel free in your own body. 7. You must grieve what you lost before you can embrace what's new. I tried to rush into the new chapter without acknowledging what I had lost. My role, my rhythm, my sense of being needed. But grief has a way of catching up. One evening I broke down while putting away an old box of work files. That box represented decades of identity, and letting it go hurt more than I expected. But grief isn't weakness. It's proof that what you had mattered. And once you give it space, something else opens up. Peace, clarity, acceptance. The lesson: don't skip the sadness. Let it move through you. That's how healing begins. 8. Retirement isn't the end. It's the most honest beginning. For the first time in years, I ask myself not, what should I do? But who do I want to be? There's no boss to impress, no ladder to climb. Just me. And that's both terrifying and beautiful. Now I wake up with a different goal. Not success but meaning. Not ambition but alignment. The lesson: retirement strips away the noise. What's left is you. And that's where the real life begins. So, which of these 8 truths spoke to you? Are you in the middle of your own transition? Have you faced similar lessons? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let's learn from each other. And if this video gave you something to think about or something to feel, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. This season of life holds challenges, yes, but also extraordinary wisdom. Thank you for being here. You matter more than you know.